welcome back to Averielovesbooks. So today I thought I would do a Booktuber shout out video. I did one of these a while back, but I thought I'd change it up a little bit for this one. And I'm gonna recommend some booktubers that I love watching for their romance recommendations, or they have a lot of romance on their channel. So I, as you guys know, read a lot of romance. I'd say that's the majority of what's on my channel. So I'm always on the lookout for people who love romance and read a lot of it as well. And I think sometimes it can be a little tricky to find them because there's definitely, I think, less of us on Booktube, but in the past, I'd say like year and a half, there seems to be a lot more people who are reading romance, which is awesome. So I'm just gonna kind of go through the list of people that I put together that I love watching and that I watch on the regular. Having said that, I know there are people I've probably missed or left out or just don't know about. So please, if you have someone that you love watching for their romance on their channel, definitely list them down below so that the rest of us can enjoy them as well. So some of these are going to be smaller channels, and then some are going to be ones that I think probably most of us already love and follow, but I wanted to mention them anyways. So the first one is Jess from Peace Love Books. I love her channel. She's one of the first channels I started watching when I watched Booktube. I just think she has fantastic recommendations. She gets really involved in a lot of the kind of Booktube community events and things like that. She just does a lot of really fun videos, and I think you'll get a lot of good recommendations from her. Next is to Steph from Steph's Wrong Book Talk. She has a fabulous channel, and I love her personality. She's just so much fun to watch, and she reads a lot of like independently published indie authors like on her Kindle, which I think is great because I love reading Kindle books as well, and it's really nice to get different kinds of recommendations. She also participates in a lot of the events kind of on Booktube, so if you want that, I believe she's doing vlogs, I think. So that's great as well, a lot of fun to watch. So if you want more of like Kindle recommendations or smaller, maybe like smaller author recommendations who, you know, could use more love and more people to read them, definitely go check out Steph's channel. Next is my friend Avery from Averielovesbooks. I love Avery so much. She is such a sweet person, and she's actually one of the first people that I kind of became friends with when I started my channel. And she reads a little bit of everything. She reads YA, she reads like adult contemporary, but she also reads a lot of romance. She also is reading recently quite a bit of like stuff on her Kindle, and she's fantastic at finding free books. So she does kind of a series, I guess you'd say, where she shows you all of the kind of free or cheap Kindle books that she's found recently, which is such a great resource to have because then you can go download them yourself. So she's another one. I just think she's such a sweetheart, and I hope you give her a follow. So the next couple are a little bit more recent finds from me, but I've just really loved watching them. And the first one is Kathrine Casady. She's another one that is just so much fun to watch, and I think her personality just really comes through in her videos, and they're just a lot of fun. So she has a lot of great recommendation videos. She's done a few like steamy recommendation videos. She also has a lot of really fun like writing content, like writing vlogs and stuff on her channel, which I am not a writer, but I still found them really entertaining to watch. So I definitely love her channel. She's got, I believe she has some like discussion videos as well on her channel, and I just think it's a wonderful channel to check out. Next is Bookish Vegan, and this is a very new find for me, but I just had to recommend her because I think she's adorable, and I think that it's a really interesting channel. So her channel has a bit of both. So she is a vegan, so she talks a little bit in some of her videos about like what she's eating. Again, I am not a vegan, but I still found it entertaining to watch. And then she also obviously talks about books on her channel. She reads a little bit of everything, it seems like, but recently it does seem like she's been reading a lot more romance. And she kind of had a mix. Most of the ones that she read were also like independently published, for kind of a bit of a mix, but I think you can definitely find some good recommendations there. And I love channels that have a little bit of everything on their channel. I just think it's nice that you can have some like kind of diversity, mix it up a little bit, change up what you're watching. So she's another one I would definitely recommend. Next one is Melissa H. She is another new channel to me, but I really enjoyed her videos. She's another one that reads a little bit of everything. I know she reads YA, and I think she reads a lot of like fantasy type books, but at the same, I could be wrong on that. I'm trying to go from memory here, but she also reads romance, and I think she's another one that had some really great recommendations for like Kindle or smaller authors. And so I think it's a great way to kind of find someone new that you maybe haven't checked out before. Next is Sarah from Steeped in Books. Her channel is such a wealth of knowledge, I feel like, about romance and romance books. She is doing a really fascinating Harlequin project where she's going back and reading a lot of the older Harlequin titles, which if you are interested in any of the old school romance, I think that's really fun. I also love Sarah. She does a reading vlog every week, which is so entertaining to watch. I just love sitting down and checking it out. She kind of works through what she's reading. She's also fantastic because she reads a lot of historical as well. And as you guys know, I love historical romance, and not too many of us read historical, at least on the regular. So I love watching her channel to kind of see who's new out there and see if there's anyone I need to check out. She also does really good anticipated reads, things that are coming out. So definitely check her channel out. Next is Under the Covers. So this channel is run by 3 different ladies, and what I love about this is that each girl or woman kind of has a different, I guess, subgenre that they really like in romance, and they kind of read a little of everything, but there's one that they really like. One seems to kind of like more mystery thriller, one likes historicals, contemporary, so I think you get really great recommendations, and they also have just a wealth of knowledge about older authors, new authors. They're also one of the co-hosts with Jess for the Romanceopoly, which I'm not participating in because I'm just not very good at doing that kind of activity. I feel like I was gonna fail at it, but I think it's a great kind of activity to participate in, and so they also have really great giveaways on their channel, so definitely give them a follow. Next is Bree from Bree Hill. Bree is such a nice, kind person. I just absolutely adore her. She also does some really fun vlogs where she'll do a reading vlog and kind of talk you through what she's reading. And recently, I guess in the past 2 years, I think she started reading romance. So it's really interesting because she's got really great recommendations, but it's also kind of fun to see someone who didn't read as much romance and has started reading it and just kind of her perspective on things. I think it's really fun. She also reads a little bit of everything. I know she was reading historical fiction before. She's read some gothic type romances, so her channel just has a little bit of everything, which I love, so definitely go check out her. Next is Daydreaming through Books. She's one of the first channels I started watching as well when I started watching Booktube. She, I believe, has been reading romance for a long time as well. She has a lot of information that's just really useful about it. She's done some really fun series about tropes in books and her favorite and least favorite tropes, which I always find really entertaining. You guys know I love a good trope video because I just think they're a lot of fun. So hers are just a lot of fun. Definitely check her out as well. Next is Falling Over Books. She's another channel that reads so many wonderful books in a month that it's just a wealth of books when you watch her wrap-ups and things like that. I think it's a lot of fun to see. She reads a lot of Kindle, independently published books, so there's always someone new that I haven't heard of that I get to jot down and write down. So for her, I just love watching them because I always get some new author that I either haven't read or haven't heard of that I want to check out, and I think it's fabulous. Next is Jen from Jen Talks Audiobooks. Jen reads a lot of different books, but her thing is that she usually tries to find them on audiobook. So for her, I think it's great because if you are an audiobook listener, you read more books on audio, romance-wise, she's got some really great recommendations. Usually she can tell you whether a book is available on audio or not. She does read a little of everything, but she definitely does read romance. So I think she's a great person to follow if you are interested in audiobooks because she just knows so much about them. And last but certainly not least is Mara from Bookslikewhoa. I love Mara's channel. It's such a great channel in general, but she also has a lot of information on romance books. I just really love her perspective on romances. She also has a lot of really great recommendations as far as within each subgenre, so definitely go check out her channel. I love it. Alright guys, so those are kind of all of my romance booktube shoutouts and recommendations. Like I said, please let me know if you have any other channels you want to recommend down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!